Howdy there. So I saw the source code yesterday, and I really enjoyed it. I hope I get to see it again. I'm giving it a 9. I think it's the second best movie I've seen this year, after Uncle Boone Me, Who Can Recall His Past Lives. Very trippy. Very natural for being a outlandish science fiction, almost time-traveling concept. It felt very down-to-earth, based in reality, and felt natural and real. Again, I think it's a solid 9. It's about prevention of a tragedy, Chicago of the unnamed future. There's a terrorist attack on a commuter train, blows it up, killing untold people, but it's the first of many, a promised many. And they need to stop the second imminent attack, which will be far more destructive. To do this, they've had in practice the source code. It's not necessarily time traveling, but according to the film, the electromagnetic field of our brain remains active for 8 minutes after we die. And now, see, even now I'm thinking of like little problems to think about, to nitpick at the film, but I don't like doing that, especially when you're talking about time travel and using people's neural nets who have passed away to access past events. Again, there's no point in really like trying to break it down and to kill it like that. But you can access a person's memory. Again, it's very confusing. They overlap. Like they can access the electromagnetic waves after death, but the memory of the film goes, or of everything that happened, goes back 8 minutes. I don't know. I'm getting confused right now. So they send a soldier back in time using the source code. It's not really back in time, but it is, to solve the mystery of who blows up that train, and therefore will stop the second and more deadly attack. So they send Jake Gyllenhaal back. Jake Gyllenhaal's in it. Is it Bridget Moynihan? I get them mixed up. Anyway, I think it's Bridget Moynihan. Who else is in it? Vera Farmiga. Jeffrey Wright. I think those are the big 4. So they send Jake Gyllenhaal back. This is directed by Duncan Jones. I'm not familiar with Duncan Jones. I know he's the son of David Bowie. I don't know if he's done any other films. I'm not sure. If this is his first film, then wow. Wow. I'm also not sure about who wrote it. I can't remember. They send Jake Gyllenhaal back to solve this mystery. Sorry. Meets Michelle, or Bridget Moynihan. Bridget Moynihan, because he's taken the body of her friend. It's really kind of like the best episode of Quantum Leap you'll ever see. And right now, I laughed out loud during the credits because Jake Gyllenhaal's character has a strained relationship with his father. I don't want to spoil it, but he does get to communicate with his father from beyond the grave. His father, you don't know it, but it's played by Scott Bakula. And when I saw Scott Bakula's name in the credits, I bust out. I think it was the funniest part of the movie for me. And there were some very funny parts. of this film. But the fact that Scott Bakula, who was the star of Quantum Leap, was in this movie, and it's basically, again, like the best episode of Quantum Leap you'll ever see. I don't know, it made me love the film, like, even more. And I really, really like the film. I'm getting off track. There's a lot to talk about here. You know, it's very well directed. The special effects are fantastic. All of the acting is very good. The one highlight I want to mention is Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright's been around forever. He's a very good character actor. He's good in everything. He also seems to be, you know, weird. Or kind of an odd guy. He swings for the fences in this movie. This is Jeffrey Wright's best performance. In a way, he's kind of the bad guy. He's not the bad guy, but you know, he's the man, you know, and the man is always not good. But he's not bad. He's just the man, you know. So he's the man here. And he really chews the scenery. Again, I a couple times had to laugh because he was just, I mean, really going for it. Really going for it. And it was one of the times where I was the only person laughing. And it was because his performance was so just kind of bizarre, but yet it seemed completely natural. And it seemed real. I think this might be Jeffrey Wright's best performance. And I would love, even though it's so early in the year, I would love to see him get a Best Supporting Oscar nomination for this. I thought he was fantastic in the film. He's my favorite part of it. I mean, really just kind of going for it, and he nailed it. So that was very impressive to me, and it was by far my favorite aspect of the film. Jake Gyllenhaal is very good. All of the actors are very good. Vera Farmiga, she's very good in everything, and beautiful, and looks like she's from another time and place. She's good here. I really don't know what else to say about it other than I just really liked it. I liked everything about it. Again, I think it's the second best movie I've seen this year. It is confusing, but not as confusing as Inception. Again, you're going to find a lot of comparisons drawn between this and Inception. Dealing with like dreamlike states, you know, time traveling, being in different places at the same time. You're going to draw a lot of comparisons to Inception. I don't think it's as good as Inception or as groundbreaking, but I think it might be smarter than Inception. I think it might be more accessible, more watchable. A big problem people have with Inception is how damn long it is. This movie seemed like over like that. Just 90 minutes, and it's done. And it's a fast 90 minutes. It's practically, you know, an action-packed 90 minutes. So there's that. And that's excellent. I mean, it makes for a good watch. Like 90 minutes and you're done, and that 90 minutes goes by in no time. So that's very good. It does get confusing, but it explains itself as best it can, and almost kind of like you expect it to cheat a little bit, to make you wonder. And really it kind of explains everything and doesn't leave too much to the imagination, which isn't a problem, really. And I think people will like it a lot more because the ending is happy. I mean, it has a happy ending. And, in my opinion, it has an ending. I really hope I get to see it again. I'm definitely going to try, but I've been wanting to see so many movies lately. I think it's an excellent film. I think it's a 9. You know, it's a solid 9. Really impressive work from Jake Gyllenhaal. I found his relationship with Moynihan to be very natural. Again, the whole film felt very natural. The bad guy, which I won't give anything away, and I mean the bad guy, the bomber, the murderer, very creepy. And I've never seen him before, the actor, and he's only in the film for, you know, basically a cameo's worth. Man, he's really creepy and good. I hope I see more of him in the future. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, I've hit on Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright was the movie for me. I will watch it for his performance. You know, that alone, I think, is worth it. Because he's so delightfully weird. Really, and also, it really makes you think. You know, I talk about subtlety. It's very subtle. I think there is a lot going on in terms of metaphor and an allegory for modern life. You know, we're apparently, even though this is the distant future, we're still at war in Afghanistan. He is a soldier. He's taken advantage of by the government. So it makes a lot of statements about war and the military, the government controlling everything, trying to control everything, lying. Also, I think makes an argument for euthanasia. Maybe not like, you know, suicide, but, you know, letting vegetables go. Vegetables, as in brain-dead humans, go. Or maybe not necessarily in this case brain dead, but body dead. The film got a lot of applause at the end. Actually, it had two spectrums. I'd say the theater was basically sold out, like 95% full. A few people did walk out. There were a couple walkouts. But there was a scattered applause at the end. So we had the two, you know, levels there. The two ends of the spectrum. Thought it was, you know, I thought it was really good. I'm still thinking about it, still trying to figure out some of it. But again, back to the allegory, the metaphors for modern life. Any science fiction film, any great science fiction film, well, any great film, you can at least interpret in your own way connections and allegories to modern life. So, I don't know, it's just, I was really, really impressed with how smart it was, how well made it was, and how all very natural it felt. It felt very real. It was an excellent film. So that's The Source Code. I give it a solid 9. Second best movie I've seen this year. Thanks.